Good morning friends. So in this one we are going to discuss about the timber. What do you mean by timber? What are the defects present in a given timber and what are the uses of the timber as a construction material? One fixed standard question will come. Explain timber as a construction material. Explain timber as a construction material. Very standard question from the exam point of view. Okay. Okay, you can see the pictures. It's a raw timber, so raw wood. The difference between the timber and wood is this is generally we call it as wood. This side photo is wood, and this is called as timber. So timber means for engineering purpose what you are using. No, that is why that's what we call timber. Okay. Okay, so here you can see the general definition. Timber denotes wood. The timber denotes wood which is suitable for building, or carpentry works or various other engineering purpose. The term is various other engineering purpose like construction of door, construction of window, roof, partitions, beams, post, cupboards, shelf. So generally we use all these terms for what is that construction purpose inside a building. Okay, so timber is nothing but a wood used for construction or manufacturing of these things. Okay, so the timber generally we will not use it for some other works such as in what is that burning of something like that. So in our context, in our this subject, timber wherever we use, if you use timber, that means it is a engineering purpose. Engineering purpose. Here in this one you can see various uses of timber. That is also one very important question from the exam point of view. Here used in the form of piles, post, beam, lintel, door window frames, leaves, roof members. See here piles, post, beams, these are nothing but structural member. So there is a construction of a building. Okay, so let us say it is a building, so post piles are nothing but vertical members. Just you try to understand. These vertical members carry the load. Just carry the load or transfer the load to the ground. So these are called as piles or post, or you can say columns. Okay. Beams and lintels are horizontal members. Beams and lintels are horizontal members. Door and window frame means, so whatever the exterior portion is called as frame for doors and window frame. Leaves means the inside panels. So the leaves means inside panels. And roof members. Roof members means, okay, you are constructing a house. So like this. So whatever the roof members are there, no, continuous purlins, rafters, okay, all those things are called as roof members. So generally used in the form of pile, post, beam, lintel, frames and other members. Okay. So older construction we generally use timber only. Okay. Nowadays we are using concrete. Used for flooring, used for ceiling, paneling and partition wall. These are also possible. No? Flooring also some way you can use the timber, ceiling, paneling, partition walls. Okay. And next very important, used in the formwork of concrete. So whenever you are placing a concrete, you need to put some wooden coverings, no, wooden coverings. Inside that you are putting the concrete, that's all. So this covering is called as formwork. It's called as formwork. So for the timbering the trenches means whenever you are constructing some trench work, means excavation work, so all these sides are supported, all these things are supported by what? This timber pieces, supported by timber pieces. Centering for arch work. Centering for arch work means what? Like this, you are constructing construction of arch is there. So you need to put a formwork of timber in the same shape, and you need to support. So this all this thing is made up of timber. So that is called as centering of arch work. Scaffolding means what? General roof is there. So proper support, and at the bottom you are providing sheets. timber sheets. At the bottom you are providing timber sheets which will cover the concrete, which will not allow the concrete to pass through. So these are called as centering works, scaffolding work. Okay, transmission poles and fencing. For any normal building, so electric wires, transportation, use transmission poles. So those are also maybe made up of timber. Fencing means a compound wall, so there you can use the timber pieces, and on that you can run the barbed wires. On that you can run the barbed wire. Some of the uses, okay. In this one you can also use them for wagon, coach building, marine installation, and small bridges. Wagon means what? Like this construction is there, no? There will be some person is pulling that one. So in the smaller or rough diagram I have drawn, a proper diagram is available in the standard books. So wagons, coach building, marine installation, and small bridges. And also very important, making in the furniture of agricultural implements, making in the furniture of agricultural implements, sports goods like bats, musical instrument, okay, well curbs, motor bodies, cars, car carriages, railway sleepers, packing cases. So many cases we are using what? The timber for the construction. Okay. Now some theoretical background for tree classification we can see here. We can broadly classify depending upon the mode of growth. Mode of growth. If that new portion is growing outside, then we call it as exogenous trees. If as the time proceeds, new portion of the tree, a fresh portion of the tree is growing inside. If it is growing inside, then it's called as endogenous. It's called as endogenous. Okay, so two major classification we can have. One is endogenous trees. These trees grow inward and fibrous mass is seen in their longitudinal section. You just understand these are inside interior towards interior growth. Okay. But these are not good for engineering purpose. Timber from these trees has very limited applications. For example of endogenous trees, bamboo, cane, palm. Okay, generally we don't use this bamboo or cane in the structural part. We can use for some normal part, but not for structural. Now you can see here exogenous tree. These are the important from the class for the engineering purpose. These increases in bulk by growing outward. Means what? Older tree is at the center portion, the new portion is growing at the outer portion. Normal tree, or you can say these are good for the engineering purpose. So what type of trees we generally use? Exogenous trees. Remember this one, exogenous trees for the construction. Okay. In the exogenous also we have some cases. Coniferous deciduous. You understand coniferous means pointed leaves. Okay, pointed leaves. Deciduous means a broad leaf. Okay, so you understand like this. Coniferous, pointed leaves. Deciduous means broad leaves. So here coniferous or evergreen trees. These trees have pointed or needle-like or scale-like leaves, yield softwood. Softwood means its wood is a little bit softer. That's you understand. Okay. These are generally used in the preparation of the books, paperwork. Okay. Deciduous trees means flat, broad leaves. And leaves of those trees fall in autumn. Autumn is one, winter, after winter it is this season is coming. So here what is happening? The leaves are going to be shed. Okay. So the new one will appear in the spring season. Again in the rainy season or in the spring season, this new will come. New trees or new leaves will come. So timber for engineering purpose is mostly derived from deciduous trees. Very, very important. For engineering purpose, we go for deciduous trees. So here, these trees yield hardwood. These trees yield what? Hardwood. Means what? Engineering purpose, this is important. Types: ash, beech, oak wood, salwood, teakwood, shisham, walnut. So these are typical examples for hardwood trees, which are nothing but deciduous trees, which we are using for the engineering construction purpose, engineering purpose. Okay. Now in this diagram you can see a typical microstructure of exogenous tree. Microstructure of exogenous tree. Try to understand. If you cut that one, okay, from the top view, first at the end centermost portion we call them as pith or pitch. Okay, so pith or pitch, centermost portion, or you can say oldest portion, oldest portion. Okay, so what are these circular parts? These are called as what? Annular rings. These are called as annular rings or medullary rays. These are called as medullary rays. Okay. So now the whatever the wood nearer to the center portion, we call it as heartwood. We call it as heartwood. A little bit exterior portion, okay, we call it as sapwood. Okay, we call it as sapwood. Centermost pitch, on that heartwood, and above that sapwood. Heartwood first, sapwood second. Okay, so above that there will be one layer called as cambium layer. There will be one layer called as cambium layer. Cambium layer, increasing order: first pith, second heartwood, third sapwood, fourth cambium layer. Fourth is cambium layer. And next is inner bark, fifth portion. Outer bark or extreme is outer bark, sixth portion. So above the cambium layer you have inner bark, and above that one you have outer bark. So outer bark is shown here. Okay, centermost pith, first one, second is heartwood, third is sapwood, fourth is cambium layer, fifth is inner bark, last is outer bark. So everywhere we have medullary rays. You have medullary rays or annular rays. So that is why I have written pith, the innermost central portion or core of the trees is called as pith or medulla. You generally call it as pith or medulla. Okay. Second portion will come heartwood. Heartwood is generally inner annual rings. Inner annual rings surrounding the pith is known as heartwood. It is known as heartwood. Okay. So it gives what? Rigidity. It gives rigidity. Next will come sapwood. The outer is called as outer annular rings between heartwood and cambium layer. So heartwood and cambium layer, so in between them sapwood will come. So it is called as sapwood. Above that there will be cambium layer. So it is a thin layer of sap between sapwood and inner bark. So between sapwood and inner bark you have cambium layer. Okay, so it's called as cambium layer. Again there will be inner bark. It's called as inner skin. Outer bark or outer skin, that's cover of the tree. We call it as cover of the tree. So we, apart from that, we have medullary rays. So the thin radial fibers extending from the pith to the cambium layer. So if you see the diagram, you'll understand from the center portion to the cambium layer, you have annular rings or you have medullary rays. You have medullary rays.